Willkommen. Bienvenue. Hi. Welcome to IFA, Europe's biggest tech show, where every year thousands of people pile into Berlin's giant exhibition centre to grab a sneak peek at the latest, well, everything. The press, business and the public can zip around more than 24 halls full of weird and wonderful displays and demonstrations. You can play ping pong with foldable phones to somehow prove how tough they are. You can meet robot animals, stuffed pets. You might even catch a glimpse of a real live pussycat doll. Yes, even Nicole Scherzinger, lead singer of the aforementioned supergroup, was brought in to bring some bling to the tech discussions. Now you'll find all of the tech show staples here. Robo vacuums and lawnmowers? Check. Flying car? Check. Not actually flying? Check. Loads and loads and loads of screens? Check, check, check. Massages for the whole body or just the ankles? Check. Now, although this is overwhelmingly a home appliance show, even if you're not wowed by white goods, there are still some very interesting innovations here.
Just making myself a water smoothie at the moment, but here's a question for you. Where is this food processor getting its power from? Look, no cables. It's getting the electricity from the induction hob. What? I'm getting used to induction hobs in kitchens where the hob doesn't generate heat, it generates electromagnetic waves, which causes the metal on the bottom of a pan to heat up. We're also getting used to wireless charging our devices, so you just pop it down on a pad and it sucks up the electricity and charges the battery. Well, this is a combination of the two. We're starting to see the arrival of more powerful kitchen gadgets which can suck their electricity up from the induction hob. Now, it needs to be a bit smart. The hob needs to know which device is on which hob so it can do the right thing. But apart from that, sounds like a pretty decent idea to me. Anyone for a cuppa?
This is a special year for IFA. Believe it or not, it's 100 years old. Now, the first few shows concentrated on the emerging luxury technology of the day, the radio.
It is crazy to think that there was a technology expo of sorts here 100 years ago. And it did become a big deal. Back in 1930, it was opened by none other than Albert Einstein.
The radio and wireless technology in general has been the springboard for so many of our modern devices. And there's certainly no shortage of new things to get excited about here.
Here's an interesting phone. It's from TCL and it's using TCL's Next Paper display technology, which means you have this matte finish. It's not a reflective screen at all. And it's designed to be easier on the eye. But when you flick this switch here, it goes into full e-paper simulation mode. So it really does look like an e-ink display that you find on your e-book reader. It's not e-paper, it's still an LCD display, but with the matte finish, it certainly is easy on the eye. First thing you notice is the battery life has shot up to about 132 hours because it's not using wallpaper or anything like the processing power it has before. Most of the apps work, including, weirdly, YouTube on e-paper.
And from new handhelds to new laptops.
This is Honor's new MagicBook Art 14. It's an ARM-based laptop, and the first one that I've seen that keeps its webcam in a little pocket. You pop it out the side, magnet it on the top, and there's your webcam, only when you need it.
But how do you grab attention at a big tech show like IFA? How do you stand out from the crowd? Well, one way to promote, for example, your new portable printer for phone photos is to associate yourself with a cultural phenomenon that is guaranteed to turn heads. Of course, serious journalists like me would never be fooled by such tactics.
The thing is, though, consumer electronics is a serious business. There is serious money involved, and shows like this have to take things incredibly seriously.
And it's never a given that they'll remain relevant in the future. We watch announcements online these days. We do business remotely and we don't want to travel as much. IFA has yet another new CEO this year, and he's tasked with trying to keep the event in the headlines.
How hard is it to organise and run a big tech show like IFA?
It feels like you start to fly, but you build the plane within the flight. It's something like that.
Yep.
Because you cannot wait. There are so many deadlines you had to follow. If you don't follow, there's a chain reaction. But nevertheless, we embraced the challenge and we had a real new team. And you know, we are in Berlin. Berlin is special, IFA is special. Everything is a little bit crazy.